Job seekers spend over an hour on their applications, yet employers spend 15 minutes or less, and honestly, I've seen some research they spend 30 seconds or less on each resume. How many people agree with that? Not much time on resume. But this infuriates job seekers because they're investing all this time and no one's giving them the time of day. No one's letting them know where they stand in the process. And so the number one thing you should do is to have better communication with your candidates. You need to do this, and here's why. We did 2 separate studies on the candidate experience over the past 2 years, and what we found is that if you do not give someone a good candidate experience, if you don't let them know where they are in the recruiting process, hey, your application's pending, or you were rejected, or you're moving on to phase 2 and interviewing with a few other people, then not only are they going to be distressed, they're going to be stressed out, they're going to complain about you online, which hurts your employer brand as well as your consumer brand. It's going to actually sway consumer behavior. 70% of Americans, at least, don't have a college degree. So the second you say, hey, you need a college degree, you're wiping out 70% of the population. So we live in a world where diversity of thought is so important, and so you definitely need to be more open to candidates that wouldn't fit the normal mold. It's not about, hey, let's just keep hiring people from Harvard because we always have, and all of our workforce are Harvard grads. Let's mix things up. And there's going to be more pressure to do that in order to be innovative in the future. So we need to start humanizing the process, because the world we live in now, people can easily complain online. There's Glassdoor, there's other sites, and that can hurt you not just this week, forever. It's not like that review is going to magically disappear. It's not like if someone gives someone a bad Amazon review for their book, that's just going to be gone. That haunts you for your whole life. What we're looking at is 2016 was the first year that millennials were the highest percentage of the population in the workforce. And then last year was the first year that Gen Z entered the workplace. So what we did was we did 2 separate global studies, 10 countries, we did Asia, we did all over the place, Brazil, and what we found is that they're very similar and more similar than people think. And we looked at them before Gen Z entered the workplace and after Gen Z entered the workplace. Before millennials, well, many of them were managers, and now that many are managers. So here's the percentage of millennials that are managers. 36% of millennials have manager title or above, right? So the biggest challenge now for them is that being a new manager and not knowing what that's like. They need coaching, they need mentoring, they need shadowing, they need support, and you're gonna have to provide that to them. That is gonna be a major, major change in the workplace, because their leadership style, very different than baby boomers. Millennials are transformative leaders, so they encourage the best in others. They're all about collaboration and change. Whereas boomers are known to be autocratic leaders. It's more about command and control and following policies and procedures. And because of that, there's a clash. And so that is definitely going to be a big pain point moving forward. And you're going to have more and more millennials moving up to these positions. I'm telling you, I've been interviewing for the new book. A lot of millennials are even reaching VP level now. I just spoke to one at GE, a vice president at GE Transportation. So we're in for some really exciting big changes, but we all have to come together, not as generations, not as people with different genders and ethnicities, but as people, and learn to work better with each other.